Hello everybody and welcome back to Blackphoenix Entertainment. Yeah, Can Am on road. We gotta have a heart-to-heart here. We got some things we gotta talk about and take this all as constructive criticism and some ideas, but I think a lot of it needs to be said because you got some stuff going on. I'm gonna talk about a lot of things. I'm gonna talk about prices, I'm gonna talk about dealerships, we're gonna talk about marketing, all that types of fun stuff, but let's get right into pricing. I'm gonna talk about your entry-level base model pricing right here. What I have right up here is your website. The 2023 Can Am Ryker starting at $9,000 for the absolute base model 600cc Ryker for $9,000. That is a super tall ask for one, an entry-level bike at 600 cc's. Two, trying to get new riders to come in and buy this. That's a lot. I would really focus on trying to get that down to 6,000, 6,500 at the most for the 600 cc. For the 900, you guys are selling this thing for like over 10 grand. Like, I think it's like 10.6. Again, for a base model, someone coming in who wants a bigger motor and more power, still kind of a tall ask. You gotta get your entry level Ryker prices down. You marketed them originally in 2019 as entry level bikes and a cheaper alternative. They're not that much cheaper anymore. Let's scroll down. This is where things get even worse. Your base model Spyder F3 is $18,500. Base model, one color, no other options. You're asking someone to pay $18,500. No add-ons. Again, for your entry level to the Spyder, that is a huge ask, and there have been complaints on forums and everywhere that you guys have jacked this price up over the couple of years, and what are you going to do? That needs to be closer to 15,000 if you're going to start getting people in. And on top of that, the lineup for the F3 is so stale. Absolutely dirt, moldy, stale. There's no reason, if someone already owns an F3, to come out and buy a new 2023 F3, because you guys haven't changed anything. Let's scroll down one more. The Can Am Spyder RT, the ultimate touring machine. You guys did a facelift on it in 2020. Looks great. No complaints about the actual facelift. There is a complaint about this starting price, though. $24,600. That's again, we're talking base model entry level machines in each category. That's a lot. You're asking someone to spend almost 25 grand just so they can go and maybe do some road trips and tour around or go two up or have some extra storage. That's a lot. If this isn't closer to 20, then you guys are going to start having issues. And we can talk about the limited models, the Sea to Skies, stuff like that. You guys are pushing over 30 grand at this point. You're pricing a lot of people out. Not just beginner riders, not just new, younger riders. You're pricing people like me out who are just... I looked at this Spyder price and I was like, you know what? I can't do it. And that brings me to dealerships, service stations, technicians. I'm lucky in the fact that somewhat local, there is a Platinum dealership near me, and they know us, they know our local Spyder group, so that probably changes my perception of that just a little bit. But other than that, there is nobody that actually knows how to work on these machines. There's just... You have little pop-up dealerships that sell Can-Ams, but they sell other bikes. They sell any other place that sells two-wheeled motorcycles. Those are going to be the priority over the Can-Ams that come in. And I can tell you from a fact that's what happens. And those techs, one, don't really care about learning how to work on them. Two, when they do work on them, they just do a shitty job. It is what it is. And going with that, when your actual BRP Can-Am dealerships, they're not just Can-Am on road. You got Ski-Doo, you got off-road, people bringing in their snowmobiles, jet skis, off-road machines, all this stuff. What's the priority? You got 3 bikes that come in. we're getting told at our Platinum dealership that's going to take 3 weeks to do an oil change. That's insane. So we got to let a bike sit there for up to 3 weeks to do an oil change that maybe will take an hour at a dealer because they have all the tools and lifts and all that stuff. That's just not right. And talking about this, I have really, really considered opening up my own garage just to work specifically on Spyders and Rykers. And right now with the economy and all this stuff, it's really a tough ask to do that and taking my time and my own money to do that. But the more and more I think about it, and the more people that I talk to in a Spyder groups, they are just begging me to do it, basically, because they can't get in. They can't find a decent garage, and they can't find a service station that will give them quality work. So Can Am Ryker, you gotta get on that. You gotta talk to your dealers. You gotta start looking at the abilities of the technicians that are working at these dealers, and you gotta do better. So speaking of doing better, kind of along the same lines, I think we all know at this point the class action lawsuit against BRP and Can Am for the Ryker keys. Basically what you guys did is you cheaped out. You're saying you couldn't source the parts for the security system for the keys. It's a chip shortage. Whatever. You sold the bikes anyways under false pretenses that they did come with the security system installed. That's not the case. Your answer was a locking parking brake that some people still needed to pay for. That's not cool. It's really not, and the dishonesty is not good for the company or the perception of the company at all either. And I don't know what you guys got to do, but whatever it is to fix this problem, the tab and the bill is going to be on you guys. It's got to be. And that's another thing, talking about sourcing parts, and I talked about how the F3 lineup was so stale. Is that the issue? Is it that you guys just can't get new parts to get new, these bikes updated and put new things in them, maybe new engines, power, anything mechanical that makes these models different from each other? The thing is, we talked about in 2020, you guys updated the RT. You'd probably already had planned that a couple years in advance before COVID. I get it. COVID screwed up a lot of things. It's time to stop using that as a crutch and an excuse. Hop back on the train and start getting stuff rolling and getting some new stuff in. Even the touring guys, the Sea to Sky guys, they weigh those things down. They pull trailers, those things are filled. They could use some extra power for all that extra weight that they're putting on there. But I feel like I'm beating a dead horse because I'm not the only one saying it. If you guys scanned your forums, you'd be seeing these guys saying all the same things. So let's talk about forums, marketing, stuff like that. I've said it before in a video, it is a mixed bag. And I'm to the point where I don't even want to join in on some of these Facebook groups or forums. It's just so toxic, and the blast back that I get from the general Spyder and Ryker riders groups is just not worth it. And I just want to have fun on these things. I just have general questions about having fun, and I get absolutely obliterated by these boomers, 60 plus guys who just want to go 15, 20 miles an hour down side streets and think that's a fun time. That's great. If that's what you guys want to do, absolutely. I'm not taking that away from you. But other people want to ride these machines in the way they were intended to and just generally have fun. And I think Can Am needs to you guys need to get on that perception, and you need to get on these forums yourselves, your marketing team, and be like, hey guys, this is not how we treat each other. It's such a small market, such a niche market, that we can't be battling each other. We can't have a civil war between Spyders, riders, Rykers riders, and all this, just because we want to ride in different ways. That's just not how it works. But I found this video that is absolutely perfect, and it's not a Can Am sponsored video. It's just some guy, I believe he was an original ambassador when the Ryker first came out, judging by the date of the video and all this stuff. I'm going to show you this, and it's crazy. That was the first 7 seconds of the video. In that first 7 seconds of that video, that was more exciting than any video that Can Am's put out. And it's not a knock. Again, I'm trying to do some constructive criticism. If you want people to start getting up and talking about your product, these are the types of videos that you got to put out. You know, we skip ahead. He's got nice music, great shots. You know, the guy's going through mud. He's doing water shots, doing donuts. Now, here's the thing. When they make videos like this, they actually disable the traction control so you can get those donuts going around. It's a bit of false advertising because I know from the Spyder and riding the Ryker that you cannot do that in stock form with the VSS the way that it runs. But I get it. It's a marketing deal. But again, these are the types of things you got to do. And Can Am, you need to be aware of this. I don't know if you guys can read the comments here. This first comment that shows up on this video, I'm going to read it for you guys. Finally, a more action-packed, manly video of the Ryker. This shows me that it is capable. All those other old man reviews have been horrible. Someone's response to this video, response to this comment, that comment was made 3 years ago, 5 months ago. Someone commented on that guy's comment, LOL, I seen what you're talking about. Again, constructive criticism. It's out there. It's not just me saying it. Your team's got to get on this and take a look at this and run some damage control. So another interesting thing, and it could just be me saying it, I'm just going to throw it out there. I think you've gotten way, way too comfortable in the market. You guys are pretty much the only ones that run reverse trikes in that type of configuration. And you're comfortable. You don't. Maybe that's also why some of the lineups are stale. You don't have to do anything because you know, oh, if someone wants to ride a reverse trike, they got to come to Can Am because we're the only ones that sell them. You should be scared of this. This is Vanderhall's concept of the speeder. I first looked at this and I'm like, it's kind of ugly, whatever. But it's cool that someone else is coming out with a reverse trike. The more I look at this, the more I actually like it. And I believe it's all electric, which again puts it into a different market. But the fact that another company is seriously considering making another reverse trike, that's it's going to start causing some problems in some few years for you guys if you just don't get your stuff together. Okay, last but not least, I know I talked about having more fun and different options and stuff like that. This is something that disturbs me because you have options. You can't tell us that, no, we can't source power, we can't do any of that stuff. You've got your jet ski lineup, you got your snowmobile lineup, you got your off-road lineup. A lot of these parts are interchangeable. Hell, I think the Ryker display LCD screen comes from like a Commander or something like that. It's literally the same thing. Check this out. In one of your top-of-the-line snowmobiles, you've got the Rotex 900 Ace Turbo R. You already have a stock 900 turbo motor. The turbo by itself makes about 140 horsepower. The Turbo R makes 180 horsepower in a snowmobile. For the love of God, why can you not put this in a street machine? Detune it. I don't care. Just do the regular Ace Turbo where we just get the 140. That is crazy. You could market that as a Sport GP Plus or something like that and do one of those cool marketing videos with donuts and burnouts and all that stuff. Maybe some on-track racing. Like, God. Like, I'm giving this to you for free. How someone on your marketing team hasn't brought something like this up or you guys haven't considered it is just beyond me. And again, I said in the beginning, I'm not trying to make this a rant video or a bash video or something like this. I'm trying to bring up some points with some criticisms that not only that I have, that I've talked to other people and they have, and they are spread out online on forums. People have made other videos about them, and it's just about time. I think it's time that you guys actually say something. Your YouTube page is random stuff. It's like, hey, how to install a hand grip. Hey, that's great. How about you guys talk about what your plans are? How about some R&D, some fun stuff? How about you use your ambassadors in more videos online instead of one minute video and that's it. We never hear from the guys again. Like, stuff like that. But anyways, I hope this gets to you. I'm tagging you in everything, and feel free to contact me, and I've got a whole bunch of ideas, and I want this to succeed. I want Can Am to succeed because I love the product. I love the idea of the product. I just think it's gotten off the path a little bit. So With all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do all that fun stuff. Do the liking, subscribing, do the sharing. Share this out, because the more people that see this, the more potential that someone at Can Am will actually see it, and maybe we'll get some changes going on along the line. And while you're down there leaving a fun comment, I got a bunch of cool stuff in my description for you guys. I got Blackphoenix merchandise. I got discount codes on BLRtuning and Iron Tide Customs. You can get some cool stuff for your Spyders and Rikers and tune them. And I'm doing the charity work for Moby Rescue. I got my Ko-fi page. You guys can, any money that gets funneled through that for the Moby Rescue, I basically give it to them, and we help all the kittens and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, enough rambling. Thanks for rocking with the flock. See you guys on the next one.